Subscribe for Reddit's controversial opinions. Pseudo-science is much more dangerous than religion in our current timeline. When scientific jargon is adopted by people who use it to push a narrative, it becomes almost indistinguishable from actual science to the general public. For example, take the idea that an increase in solar output is the main cause of climate change. This is pseudo-science nonsense that has no basis in scientific reality, yet to the naked eye, non-peer-reviewed studies claiming this to be the case can be very convincing. I have no idea how lies that use scientific jargon can actually be combated due to just how many people don't have time in their day to fact-check what they hear. For another instance, I know multiple people that became convinced that one volcano eruption put more CO2 into the atmosphere than all of man-made emissions combined just a couple years ago. That's not even jargon, that's a basic ass meme, and it had an effect on people I knew. The information age is truly a scary place because not only is correct information more accessible than ever but also misinformation. Religion runs counter to observable truths, pseudo-science pretends it is the observable truth. I'd actually go further. I'd say that some science, as in stuff published by PhDs in respected journals and called scientific fact, is not science. Science is a process, not a white lab coat, a degree, or a title. If someone doesn't use the scientific method, it doesn't matter if their title is Dr. or if their community supports them, they're preaching faith and authority, not science. And that's dangerous. Most physics is science, the physics community doesn't tolerate it if it isn't. But much of psychology, and sociology, and economics, and some medicine, is just a bunch of people with titles and influence citing each other without any falsifiable, repeatable experiments to back up their opinions. To me, that's far more dangerous than some Karen deliberately ignoring published research. You aren't immune. Nobody is. No matter where you sit on the spectrum, I'm willing to bet you buy into some pseudo-science yourself. I'd also like to point out that science is political because scientists are people. People are political. People misinterpreting and spreading disinformation about science is more dangerous than people spreading misinterpretations and disinformation about religion. There, I fixed your title. Our current timeline. As if Op knows another timeline and is not telling us something. Reddit has definitely taught me to sort through the bullshit. Entire subs, looking at /politics, on here are so one-sided that it can still be difficult to tell what's true and what's bias. Either way, it's wild how much we all hear information and assume it is correct if it fits the narrative we have in our minds. I read this article, https://what's-our-grief.com/don't know any more grief loss identity /fclad equals IWAR3K5KCOHGN0 UDBLOS JPNO 5HZFM23 IAU3FORMOJQMVGY0UYKBQD7_KWW Tookie, the other day, and while it is about grief, it talks about how we get our identity from so many things, and I think this is a major part of us being so determined to insert our narrative into everything. I agree and disagree. I agree that pseudoscience is dangerous, but I don't believe religion runs counter to science. Some people's interpretation of religion does, that point I certainly concede. I am probably biased being religious myself. The verse Proverbs 25:2 comes to mind, it is God's privilege to conceal things and the king's privilege to discover them. I believe God made the universe and exists outside of its rules. I also believe that science is a way to learn about his creation. When religious people argue science, it irks me. When I learn about new science, it simply amazes me at the power and imagination of the God I serve. Everyone is entitled to their own beliefs, of course, and I totally respect yours. Critical thinking is not taught in schools. They prefer to employ the lowest level of learning, wrote SMH. In the information age, everyone with a computer, which is most people, thinks they're an expert on everything. It goes without saying that this is incredibly dangerous. The worst of it is alternative medicine. People spend hundreds of dollars on shiny rocks instead of medicine for their children. Disgusting. Anti-vaxxers are pretty annoying, but I haven't seen them literally behead anyone or start any wars. I don't agree with this. You are speaking from a Western perspective. In the rest of the world, religion is way more deadly/dangerous. Being stoned to death when you don't want to marry someone your family tells you to, or being beaten in the streets for not wanting to wear a hijab, or just killing people because they have a different religion and/or ideology than yours. The terrorist wave in the West is now kinda over with the fall of IS, but the rest of the world still suffers from all kinds of terrorism. And sadly, terrorism is a lot of the time linked to religious extremism, or political extremism. An anti-vaxxer maybe kills his own child but doesn't blow up a hotel in Mogadishu killing 81 people, Al-Shabaab, or doesn't abduct 100 young women in Nigeria, Boko Haram. P.S. Religion also pretends it is the observable truth, but in the West most people that believe are modern/modest, they don't follow the whole religion. How is religion dangerous in and of itself? I get extremism, but that comes with most beliefs. Religion does not run counter to known truths. At least not mine. I fucking hate pseudo-science bullshit, and people in my immediate family is starting to pick up on that stupid shit. My mom even bought magnets for a skin issue. So stupid. For example, take the idea that an increase in solar output is the main cause of climate change. This is pseudo-science nonsense that has no basis in scientific reality, yet to the naked eye, non-peer-reviewed studies claiming this to be the case can be very convincing. You claim to be against pseudoscience and mischaracterize the argument. There are centuries worth of data that link the solar cycle to global temperature, or proxies like crop yields, even though solar output doesn't vary. The hypothesis is that solar flares produce cosmic rays that impact with cloud formations, and this is being studied by CERN, https://home. CERN/science/experiments/cloud, https://home. CERN/science/experiments/cloud. Preliminary evidence indicates that this may be true, and could explain a significant portion of the observed global temperature variation. If this link is proven, then it would reduce the amount of global warming that is caused by humans. Much of this is on the media. The reason they exist is to get accurate information out to the public, but they've become propaganda outlets. Propagandist media leads to an uninformed society. You say this as if they're somehow unrelated. Why did you write the same thing twice? I don't really know about this. I've never heard any pseudoscience condone stoning people because of parts of themselves they can't control. A true unpopular opinion. Have an upvote. Don't forget the anti-vax movement. That is a pseudoscience mess that has caused a lot of people to get sick.